Hey folks, it's Joe. Second car today. I'm up in Denver, in the Stapleton neighborhood. This is where the original airport was. I think about a year ago, I showed a 993, a silver 993 in this area. But neat car, but an interesting one. You know how I normally show these cars and I show, oh, there's a door ding here, a scratch here. Well, this one's gonna be a little bit more extensive. It's a manual transmission 2017 Boxster S, which are great cars, beautiful transmission. You may have seen my other video where I have a Boxster GTS of the same generation for sale. This is the S, same 2.5 liter engine, tuned for a little bit less power, not quite as sporty, but really wonderful cars to drive. This is agate gray with an agate gray interior. I call it grays. It's kind of a dark gray, kind of a beige tone to it. This car belonged to a really remarkable gentleman. He was a physician here in Denver. And I can go on about how special he was, but he passed away earlier this year, and his wife has been driving the car since he passed, and unfortunately it seems kind of using the Braille method of driving, at least in parking. So I'm just going to go start showing the car. Of course, as always, it's going to be priced appropriately so that somebody could address all these things and still end up with a better value than if they bought the car already reconned. I understand that there has to be value there. So the front of the car does have PPF. You can see the PPF has protected the paint really, really well here. Unfortunately, you can only do so much when you rub against probably a sidewalk curb or a parking curb there. And unfortunately, same thing on the other side. So it's rubbed there so much that it rubbed a little hole here. Now I think that can be filled, and the bumper cover probably doesn't need to be replaced, but absolutely you should plan on having to refinish it. You can see the scuffing there. Again, that's on the PPF, but it's there. There's a number of little PDR-able things on the car, probably 5 or 6 of those. A little rub there, but it went through the paint. Little PDR-able ding there, but there's also a scratch in the paint, and I can feel that with my fingernails, so that's into the paint for sure. That's a little bit of a rub there, a little bit of a nick there. So I would think about probably repainting front and rear bumper covers. This one has the rub probably from the side of the garage door here, rubbed to here, but again, this is through the paint, so I would plan on doing that. There's a PDR nick here. This is a scratch here. Unfortunately, that did go through the paint. That's probably, you get a good touch-up guy, that's probably not worth painting this panel, but that's there. I can just barely feel that in my fingernail on the clear coat, but a number of things like that. I started working on this. This is, I believe, on top of the paint. I don't have any cleaner, anything with abrasive here with me to work on that, but I think that will come off. Inside, other than this one little flaw, the inside seems just fine. Like I said, agate gray. Probably somebody had somebody in their pocket there. The top little layer of that stuff is still there, so that could be repaired. It does not go through the leather or anything, but I want to point that out. Like I said, manual transmission. Mileage, only 20,337 miles. Super, super low for its 2017. I've taken it for a drive. It drives really well. Oh, there is a slight lip on front and rear rotors, so certainly the next time you get brake pads, you would plan on also doing rotors. Unfortunate, sad situation. I'm just here trying to help the family with this car. This car in showroom condition is probably a $56,000 car, 57 maybe with the manual. We can look at that and research. So in order to make this fair to the buyer, we have to, of course, deduct all the cost of what it will cost to make it nice again, and then deduct something on top of that for the inconvenience of having to do so. The gentleman I'm working with that's representing the estate is happy to talk reasonably about that. So I think for somebody that wants a 718 Boxster S with a manual gearbox, I think this is an opportunity to get into a car for less than you would otherwise. Like I said, the 30,000 mile maintenance has been done. It drives beautifully. So if you'd like to see the Carfax, if you'd like to have any more details, if you'd like to see the build sheet, just give me a call. This is Joe, 720-382-6167. And as always, I thank you for watching.